Back again, DLS Wave. We are here to discuss the hottest topic around the world, especially in Ghana. Stay tuned. Okay, DNL. Today the topic is simple. Religion related and tech related. It is about Mzbel and the son, Adepa. He was interviewed and he said some few things that some people considered as controversial. For me, it is not, but some people did. We want to dive into the interview a little bit. And then he also spoke about what he wanted to achieve or what he wanted to be, a technician. We want to look at it too. And then in general, he spoke a little bit where it touches some nerves about religion. We also want to dive into it. Listen, I want to get your take. What do you think? Because I asked you first. So what do you think of the entire interview?
First of all, I forgot, what is the boy's age again?
I think he's between 10 and 12.
Yeah, that's really, really impressive because for anyone, any African, you know that a kid that age with that amount of confidence is really hard to come by. And someone said something that resonates with what happened or with what the boy is going through. He said, in African societies, when you're growing up as a kid, an adult, especially when your parents receive visitors or something like that, you are not allowed to even stand close to where the adults are talking. And he said that over time, over generations, has kind of reduced our level of confidence. So for a boy this age, 10, 11, 12, whatever, even under 15, to be able to speak like this in a one-on-one interview, it's really impressive. And for me, it's not just impressive because he was able to garner that level of confidence, but all the opinions and original ideas he was spilling out just makes me think he's way ahead of his time. And for me, it could only have come from the confidence he has, or the confidence that has been imbued in him, probably from by his parents.
So for you're looking at it from confidence angle.
Yeah. I'm just admiring his level of confidence at this age.
What is your take?
I think it's he pretty much summed it up. Because if you look at the kid, right, how many kids can you see have this much or this level of confidence?
Very, very rare. Very rare. And people even misconstrue it to be arrogance. No.
I feel like, okay, people are even kind of like attacking his mom, right? You're raising your son wrong. How can you be teaching a kid all these kind of like, or feeding him all these kind of like information? They think it's BS, so to speak. But what I always say is like, this is her kid. She can indoctrinate the kid whatever way she likes. Just like you have the right to kind of teach your kid whatever you want. If the kid grows up and wants to pick up religion somehow, some way by himself, if he can choose to be a Muslim, whatever he wants to be, then he can decide for himself. But at this point in his life, his mom thinks this is what he needs to inculcate in the kid, so he can thrive as an adult, because she can see where the world is going, right? And it seems, I think one word I would put out is like evolution, right? We all have to evolve at some point in time.
Yeah.
But it feels like in Ghana and possibly Africa as a whole, it's like we're so scared to evolve. It's ridiculous. We did not put certain things out in the open for discussion, and then it's like we try to make, we try and kind of like make a sporadic change or look at the way forward. Because if you go back in the West, it's like everything is up for discussion. Everything is kind of like put on the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bisected, dissected. Because there are things that we thought were true that we get to find out they are not.
Yeah.
So it helps you kind of like navigate through life, amend things you thought were right, but they were not. And then you kind of like, build a strong force moving forward. But in this case, like I'm saying, at the end of the day, he's just a kid. His mom is teaching him things that she thinks he needs to be equipped with. That as an adult is going to help him go a long way, because there's a lot we can talk about this. So I'll just put my introduction
Right.
Okay, for me, I believe faith makes all things possible. Yeah. But if I say faith, everybody and where they generate their faith from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because first and foremost, we have to agree on certain things. There is a God, an almighty God. Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off, but we do not all have to agree on it, right? Because
No.
If I say necessarily be God.
No, if I use the word God, I'm using the Almighty, because every religion has a certain
something
God.
superior than like regular
There's something
things. Okay.
superior.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what you worship. You believe there is something superior somewhere.
Got it, yeah.
You can call it God
Like a
or
creator,
whatever, like
yeah.
a creator. Yeah. So we can all agree on that. But what you would use, or whatever religion you will pick to worship that God, it's on you. It's a
Right.
personal decision.
Right.
Nobody can serve it on somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, nobody will force you. So with this boy, with the mom, education to that boy, like you said, the mom, whatever, if indoctrinated or educated or whatever, that is what she feels the son needs on this earth. That is first. My second view on the entire interview is I really admire that boy. And I tell you why. I wish I was him when I was his age.
Yeah.
Because some of the things he was saying, I've asked myself questions during that time
Yeah.
about religion. But you dare not go ask. Because in our society, it is kind of a taboo.
Right.
Which is wrong. Because you know why? When you allow kids to ask questions and express themselves the way they should, as kids, because they are innocent, they don't know anything, it is unto you, the parent, to kind of, okay, I get where you're coming from, but because of my experience in life, this and this is why I believe this God or this God is perfect.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but the hypocrisy, I was talking about it, like,
Thank you.
behind the scenes. It's so hypocritical. It's like we all say freedom of what? Freedom of
Speech.
worship,
Religion,
right? No,
yeah.
we're talking about really freedom
religion,
freedom
okay.
of worship, freedom of religion. So if a person says, okay, I do not believe in anything, I believe in science, it's a form of religion, right? He
Yes.
believes in science. There's something called Scientology, right?
Yeah.
Other people believe in science, which is absolutely fine.
Right.
So the fact that people come out to say, oh, I know, we understand, okay, you can indoctrinate your kid as much as you want, but just make sure you do not trump on our God. It's
Right.
like you cannot talk badly or down towards what we worship. And that's where the hypocrisy comes in, because you are free to talk about your God as much as you want, worship it as loud as you can.
Yeah.
But this little kid cannot voice what he thinks.
Right.
On top of it, to add it to what you just
Yeah.
said, you are allowed to worship your God, and you use your God because you feel your God is superior than my God, and use it to shit on me.
Yeah.
For lack of word. So if I come out and I'm also saying the God I believe in, I feel is superior than yours,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be offended.
Yeah.
Right.
That is for me. I think we've all chosen a path in life when it comes to religion, where we should learn to respect each other's religion, because this is key. The heaven and hell we talk about, none of us know, because we are not dead yet to even know that there is hell or heaven.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we have to kind of respect each other's choice when it comes to religion, because no matter how good you think your religion is, there are flaws in every religion.
Yeah, I mean, I'll come from this. This will tie into what you said in your introduction. If you look at, there's a man of God in Ghana who said that we worship the God of Israel,
Yeah.
but the Israelites themselves, they don't worship Jesus Christ. They don't believe Jesus was the Messiah. So Israelis are not Christians. They are Jewish.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
If you're a Christian, you want to live a Christ-like life, which means that you follow Christ. We worship the God of Israel because we often mention the God of Israel. But the God of Israel that the Israelis worship is not the Jesus Christ that the Jesus Christ path.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it kind of seems like we Africans are lost. And he was also saying that before the Europeans came to Africa, our ancestors were already worshiping the Almighty God, but they had other ways of worshiping the Almighty
deities,
God,
right?
the deities and all that. And you think that you want to worship the God of Israel, fine, it is your path. But you shouldn't be perturbed if somebody else says that I want to worship the Almighty God through this channel or through this route. You have chosen this, I have chosen that. So I don't think it should, and like you guys were saying, everybody has their chosen path.
Yeah.
As long as you don't come into my space, we are good.
Good.
Because we're all worshiping the Almighty God.
Yeah,
So I don't understand why there was banter coming from religious people and Christians.
Because I always go to the mindset and the mentality. I'm gonna say
Right.
it's one of those malignant mindset, right? Deteriorating, like, you know, BS in our heads. You know, it's like you cannot question a lot of things because this is the way we were brought up. And it's so crappy because how do we progress as a people like that? And I also don't like this attitude of, it's like we do not listen to the message, we just attack the character of the person coming up with the message. But it's like he's saying a lot of things, and if you listen to what he's saying, he was being very logical. And there's a lot of things that you said, right? Questions that we ask ourselves, probably not like, you know, explicitly, but we internally we kind of like, you know, ponder and wonder, like, you know, is it real? It's like, you know, all these things that happen in the world, if there's a real God, why isn't he like intervening? Why aren't things going the way that we feel like God should be acting if he's all supreme and everything? But we've been brought up in a way that you cannot even talk about this, right? Because people are going to look at you like, whoa, it's
logically, what you just said,
Yeah.
but logically, when you think about it, it's like a child.
Yeah.
A child who does not know anything and asking simple questions. So I saw a video, and that really it got me pissed, for the lack of word. There's this lady who comes to UTV, and she calls herself a counselor, and she went to the stand of, if the boy will attack their God, she would fight for their God. I was like, this is childish talking.
Are you a crusader?
No, but that's a definition of judgmental, right?
What you just said.
You are judging the kid, saying that whatever he's saying, whatever the kid is saying is not right. How do you know?
First and foremost, let me state this. The kid is not wrong. She's so he is a he. So he's being a kid who is asking questions. Secondly, he's a kid who, the way he speaks, it means read.
Right.
So I cannot say he entirely knows what he's talking about, because the world is so big you cannot understand everything. But the little he understands, he's asking questions or he's saying things that when you look at it critically, there is a novice questions in there where we need to explain to him.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. You have to listen to what he's saying, not necessarily attacking
exactly
the character or his
but
mom.
You go
his mom
attacking the
like,
mom and attack. But I have this question before I forget, because my mind is all over the place. We talk about religion a little bit. My question is, you see how quickly a lot of these people, and on radio and on TV, they were attacking this boy. Sometimes, why do Ghanaians, let me stick to Ghanaians especially, we behave like there is no other religion elsewhere?
There's only one way.
There's only one way.
Anyone who goes contrary to
that. This is exactly what I said about...
Because a country like China, a couple of people have this Christianity religion or Christian religion, but the entire nation, they don't believe in Christianity. But as a country, they are living.
They're living good.
Thank you. So my question is, why have we kind of hung ourselves with this Christianity religion so much that we are not even developing as a country?
You know, let me just come in before I forget. I'll lose my point. This year, I've taken upon myself to be a year of research into spirituality and all that.
Thank you.
I've listened to many spiritualists.
Did you listen to my story?
No, forget about you. I listen to people who rant a lot. Everyone, whether you're speaking, whatever. So Ajagraja and many of the pastors that I think are genuine and also speak spirituality and worldly things. I've come to realize that there's still a lot of things that as Ghanaians we don't understand. And like you rightly said, our minds have been blocked with this only God, only Jesus Christ narrative that people are not willing to accept anything. Now look at these Rastafarians. Are you going to tell me that you are more a believer than a Rastafarian because they believe in Rastafarianism? They have their own set of
Set of
religion.
beliefs, yeah.
Have they been killed by God? No,
No.
they still exist, and actually most of them go on to do really well
Good,
in life.
yeah.
So there are certain things that we have turned a blind eye to that actually make people or countries progress on this earth. But we are not willing, like you said, to open our minds to accept anything else. Just that myopic, let me go to church, we all believe in God. But
The point is here, yes, again,
it shouldn't
sorry
be just
to
one
cut
way.
you off.
Yeah.
It's I want to stay on the kid.
Yeah.
We keep talking about God. God. The thing is, what is God?
Yeah.
Or who is God?
Yes.
We're raised being shown like pictures of, a so-called
Some
God.
old guy,
We have
yeah.
no idea who he
No,
is,
it was
where
a
he
film
came
actor.
from, or what. And if you, I don't really know a lot about religion and blah blah blah. But the point is, how did we get so indoctrinated with this religion?
Yeah.
It was brought to us by the Europeans.
Yeah.
Before they came, we had our own, like you said, deities and
Yeah.
little.
And
small
we're doing
gods.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they brought it to us, right?
Yeah.
How do we now explain the fact that we think this is the one true God? Because we've never met him, we've never experienced him.
Thank you.
It's like nobody can really say, yes, I've tested and tried this, and it's 100% sure.
I saw
or
him.
it's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So they brought, now, and then look at the flip on the flip side. They brought the whatever Bible, blah 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 blah. Now, what is the Bible itself?
It's a
I
story.
call it a library, right?
It's
a
a
library
story,
because what is a library? It's a collection of
Yeah.
books.
Yes.
So you have the book of Genesis, the book of, so it's literally
Yeah.
a library. So there are a lot of things, good things in there that morally can help you navigate through life.
Right.
Yeah.
Secondly, the guys who brought it to us,
Yeah.
look at their lifestyle. They're not sitting in there wallowing and saying we're waiting for God to come, save
They're
us.
still building
They're
skyscrapers.
building skyscrapers. They're advancing in their IT, spectrum. They're doing things that is more progressive.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, we know we're going to be worshiping God all day long. You cannot talk about blah, blah, blah. They have these open ways and open lines of communication. If there are questions, there are debates, they have them open. And this is how you progress as a society. But just like this kid came and the kid has a lot of good questions. Can we listen and actually say, okay, he's got a point.
Yes.
Right, and then it's going to open up a lot of conversations and
Yeah.
we talk about all these things. Now, the people came in and said, you guys are backwards, you're primitive, you're savages. You need to find God.
Yeah.
They brought us God, fine. Now, what did they tell us? We got to cover ourselves, right? Because during those days, the ladies were kind of naked, bare chested. They probably covered their, private
Bum,
parts with
yeah.
leaves, blah, blah, blah. But what? Centuries, millennia after, what's going on? Now, we put on the clothes they brought to us. And if you go to the West, what do you see? Bikinis,
Yeah.
short skirts,
Right.
G-strings. And now they're going backwards on what they taught us to do. So, like I said, it's not a one-way stream. You can't say, this is it. This is the God you got to worship. Because at the end of the day, there are so many variations of the Bible. There is King James Version. There's
Good News Bible, whatever.
and they all get revised.
And it's even been discovered now that a lot of the books, powerful books in the Bible, have been taken out.
Oh,
So
yeah,
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
the general
course.
world is reading now, there are certain codes that were taken out.
Yep.
And who knows if other people are using
That's
them
what
to
I'm saying.
progress.
They've been revised. So we have no idea where these
Yeah.
things are coming from. We just take them kind of absorb whatever is given us and we just carry it along the way.
And frankly-
this is absolutely kind of
Frankly, some of our men of God,
ridiculous.
they don't even know how to decode the Bible. We just read
who
it.
does, but who does?
We just,
Guys,
we
hold
just
on,
read
hold
it.
on,
But
hold
there are secret things in the Bible that are not supposed to be taken literally.
Yes.
But because our men of God just focus on using it to they just preach the progressive part. But there are certain codes. They say that there are codes in the Bible that if you use, things actually work for you. And that's what we don't even know. First of all, we don't know those ones, and we've taken the face value ones, and we don't even know how to use
Listen,
those to
for
our
me,
advantage.
At this current point of my age where I am, I've come to learn about other things. Yeah, I was taught. I'm a staunch Christian. Yeah, but at the same time, I'm so open-minded that I'm ready to listen because we're talking about God, somebody we don't know. Yeah, somebody has written something. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Right. In this generation, I can sit here and write things about a God I know, and 350 years later, or 1,000 years later, somebody can say, "This guy said he met God," and
Right.
and it will become a story, and somebody will follow. My point is, you said something earlier, or back in the days, before this Christianity thing, our forefathers believed in God,
Yeah.
and they believe in our rivers.
Yeah.
That is why when you travel to other countries, that who really understands what rivers mean,
Yeah.
you see how beautiful their rivers are.
Yeah. They protected.
Those things our great grandfathers were doing it already.
Yeah, they were.
You
There were
understand?
days you wouldn't go to sea for fishing.
Thank
things
you.
like that.
Now, anyway, I don't want to divert. What the boy is just saying is, he's asking simple questions, but critical questions.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is even people who were really, really close to the goal, like in the Bible that we all love so much, right? They asked God questions. There were times that their faith got tried, and they were all doubtful of certain things.
Yeah.
So it's like, who are we to say we cannot ask questions, right? And if we believe that God is like our dad, father, so to speak, why can't you ask your dad questions if you have any?
So like you said, why can't you go to your God and then ask your God a question? It doesn't matter which God you say. You understand?
Yeah.
I mentioned something earlier. I said we Ghanaians and some African countries, we are so focused. People spend the entire day going to church.
Yeah.
There is God. There is God. We all agree. But at the same time, these people here, the Chinese, the Asians,
Right.
and the Arabic countries that they are developing, and they have a God.
Yeah.
No, I mean, okay, fine. Let's say they're developing, right? Why are they developing? And why is Africa, like most part of Africa, not developing?
Because we're waiting for God to come and do miracles for us.
Because the crazy, that's what I'm saying. The crazy thing is like when you read the Bible, it says God created us in His what? Likeness.
Yeah.
Meaning what? We smart. We can do everything that He can. I mean, not like a hundred, like on par, like 100%.
Spirit beings.
So exactly. So He's given us the know-how, the brains, and everything. Correct?
Yeah.
So if this kid is of the likeness of God, and his brains are asking him, or his brains are telling him to ask these questions, what's wrong with that?
What's exactly?
If you think you are knowledgeable, why don't you come and answer?
That's what I'm saying. Why don't you help him understand these things?
And even you thinking you are knowledgeable, your answer might not satisfy someone.
Most definitely, because nobody knows
So
it all.
for me, we should just learn to live with each other. When questions are being asked, let's try and explain it. Because my duty, if I say I'm fighting for you, according to what one lady said, I'm going to fight for my God. Okay. Has God asked you to go and fight for Him?
It's all called making noise. Make some noise.
That is what
It's all noise making. Because if you ask me, I could even say all these, you're saying Asians, Chinese, whatever, right? These guys are like progressing, they're advancing. So I would actually say these guys believe more in God than we do. Why? Because they're using every little thing, every fiber that God gave them in their brains.
Thank you.
To make progress, because God has given you everything, right? He's created in His likeness. You're smart, you're strong, you're capable of doing amazing.
On top of it, they are
And
using
we're not
the
doing
natural
it.
things
We're
God
not
created.
doing it, and we say we believe in Him, right? So I think we actually kind of like we are shaming Him,
Actually, yes.
and we don't even need or deserve
Yeah, facts.
His help. He
Yeah.
doesn't even need to help us
Yeah.
because He's given us everything we need to succeed. But we're still gonna go and sit in the churches and say what? We want more. We want more. Help us.
Please come and give me gold.
Exactly.
But you are sitting on a gold land.
Right,
Please
you know
come
what
and
I'm
give me
saying?
oil.
So what discussion are we really having right now?
Yeah.
This kid is making a decision, not even a decision, he's making commentary based on what his mom is telling, and I think his mom is doing a great job. Mzbel,
Listen.
Bravo.
Mzbel, we
Teach
love
your
you.
kid
Keep teaching
what
this
he
little
needs
boy.
to succeed as a young man in the 21st century.
he can be cheated.
You cannot teach your kid Genesis to Revelation, and
Exactly.
he goes out there. He cannot do anything that is, progressive for a country or progressive for his own, well-being.
It's kind of like what we were saying off camera the other day about how I'll just bring in a slight angle, but it doesn't mean we're talking about it. About how we even sway in our leaders.
Yes.
We have so much corruption and underground deals going on because our politicians swear by the Bible and the Quran.
Yes.
Because there's no instant justice there.
Yeah.
If we were to go back to our roots, like all the ideas the guy was talking about, he said clearly that he doesn't believe in Jesus. He doesn't believe in God because he has not seen God.
Yes.
He knows he has seen his mom. He knows what his mom does for
That's
him.
right.
So
Yeah.
he's seen it with evidence. He believes it, but he hasn't seen Jesus. He hasn't seen God. So he doesn't believe in Jesus. He doesn't believe in Jesus. And I think it's just the same as what we're talking about our politicians. We know the gods, the smaller gods that we have in our societies, in our villages, are powerful, and they are instant justice. So if we want to progress, why don't we let them swear by our shrines?
Yeah.
Because the Bible has been, like we said, just a normal book. I can swear, go and do anything I want, and pray that God will forgive me. But like the boy was saying, if we have seen evidence that this deity or this shrine deals in instant justice, let them swear by the shrine and see if they embezzle money, what will happen to them. It will be instant justice. So I cannot believe that, I cannot accept what he's saying, that he believes in what he has seen. What I haven't seen, I won't believe.
From where we come from in Accra, there's well, bull wani. No, honestly, because if you look at what is good, like you said, we have to educate ourselves as people. I was watching I think it was an interview on CNN and Morgan Freeman. We all know Morgan. He was being interviewed. And he said the same thing. He said, "I am God."
Yes.
And he said the same thing. Like people might think he's being frivolous and ridiculous and everything. He explained. It's like, listen, if you have like a bad spirit inside of you, what do people say? You are a witch. You're a wizard. We are before, right?
Right.
They're not gonna say, "Oh, you have a bad spirit inside you." They call you a witch. They call you a wizard. Like we are before. So if I have God in me, what do you say?
I'm God.
Yeah, exactly. And they all say that we are all spirits.
And besides that, God created us in His
own image.
likeness.
Listen, in the Bible,
And He breathed His word.
it said lack of knowledge, my people
perish.
perish.
Makes this guy perish.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he breathed
Make who
His word.
perish?
He breathed what into us? His own word. His own breath.
Yes, image.
So what is inside of us?
God.
Literally, it's God inside of
Yes.
us.
That's why.
So
when
why
people
don't we
say-
believe that we're God? The same. Sorry, I don't mean to like keep ranting,
No.
but just like Kanye West, he said the same thing. I am a God.
Yeah.
And then people kind of like start freaking out.
Yeah.
Who are you? How dare you say
Someone
you're a
even
God?
said that we are all Christs.
Yes.
And someone said, how can you say that? And he was like, no, Jesus is a Christ. You are also a Christ. The word Christ doesn't mean it's only a title for
Somebody's-
Jesus.
yeah.
You can also be like Jesus if you want. If you live a pure life, you can gain that you can ascend.
But
to
this is
that
what I'm
level.
saying, that these are preachermen. What they do not want to tell us the truth, because Oyiba said, "Konye bele."
Oh, yeah,
we need
IOP.
beer.
You're
You're not going to follow them for them to
They
kind
know
of like.
some secrets that they
Yeah,
don't
of course,
share.
you're not going to follow.
We've talked about the boy and everything, but there is one thing I just quoted. I said, "Lack of knowledge, my people perish." No wonder, if you look at other countries that are kind of a bit open a little bit, they follow a certain other religions. Let me put it that way. Most of those countries are moving forward. Most, especially when you look at our country like Ghana, we are so, let's forgive simple things. Oh, it's okay. He's a pulling, let him go. And that is why we are in a state where we are.
Yeah.
But for us not to shift the goalposts here, the boy, like I said, Mzbel, listen, if you get to see this video, for me, Charlie, because I wish I had that kind of freedom as a child, when I was a child, to speak like this, because your boy, he's brilliant, and I'm telling you, protect this boy. Protect this boy, because there's nothing wrong in what all the things the boy have said. The key thing is he even talked about what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
At his age, he knows what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Did you know what you want to do? No, me pilolo.
At 10 years old.
You understand?
Pasasa, yo. No, it was so education. It was
You
educational
understand?
stuff. It was educational stuff.
At his age.
Yeah.
But the point, okay, can I wrap up?
Yes. So
the point that I'm trying to make is that, one, if like you said, if we all knew what this kid is kind of like, trying to achieve now, we could have probably contributed so much to our countries, because this kid now, he's very much interested in science and technology.
Yeah.
And if you come out here in the Western world, this is what people are interested in.
Yeah.
This is what propels a nation to greatness.
Right.
I'm yet to hear about a country that developed based on religion.
no.
It always
We all talk like you just mentioned Israel.
Wars and
We mentioned Israel.
Yeah.
One of the most advanced in technology on this planet.
Let's use
Israel.
US as an example.
yeah.
You take US.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But even within them, on their money, they have in God we trust.
Yeah.
But
What happens under
I don't want to be shady, but what
It's not
happens
shady,
underground?
but this is the thing. It's
Like,
there's a lot
like
of deception going on.
everything is in
It
there.
feels like religion is actually kind of like it enslaves people from
Right.
from
achieving
being themselves.
greatness.
Yeah, you
know,
have to be yourself.
It puts you into this little space that you feel like, oh, I cannot do this because it doesn't go within the confines of my religious beliefs. Blah, blah, blah. If you want to do that, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But do not bash a little kid for kind of trying to achieve something that we all think makes a lot of sense. If you're really a logical person, you listen to the kid. I mean, there were a lot of things the kid said. I mean, from things that he's actually learned about technology, right?
Yeah.
And it's inspiring.
Right.
Kids like that in the Western world, they get what? Mentored. They get help. They get what? Scholarships.
Yep.
What happens in Ghana?
I was just
His mom is not doing a great job.
Yep.
His mom is not absolutely what she's supposed to be doing.
Yep. I think my final thing I want to say is I listen to many people, and I just want to copy something from Ajagreja. I think he's quite controversial, but also a very powerful man. He said that so for a preacher will come and popping shoes.
Yeah.
He no get money so he will take by.
Yeah.
But he pray every day.
Yeah.
So just look at examples like that. The guy who is praying in the car, praying for people, claiming to be doing God's work, nobody is saying it's wrong. But watch the pants that guy is wearing. He doesn't even have money to buy pants, but he's praying all day.
Yes.
So if you do this comparison, don't you want to think that there is something on the other side? Is it just going to church?
But that's the problem. We just don't know how things work.
Exactly.
Religion is religion.
We don't want to
business is
think
business.
outside
Work
the
is
box.
work.
I like that.
We don't want to
that.
think
Do you know what
outside
I mean?
the box,
Yeah.
my
Business
brother.
is work is where you cannot just say I'm
pray
going to be
every
preaching in
day.
the. Of course, because the Bible says we should spread the word of
Yeah.
God, which
Yeah.
we all do know.
Exactly.
But
You
the
can
Bible
even
also
spread the word
says
of
what
God
a
through
hand
other means. You don't
a
have to
hand
go.
that does not work.
Does not eat.
So you stand in the car like Toto all day long, talking. How much do you get? And then you pass,
Right.
a cup around for like. What
And
you call
actually,
it.
he's using that to work. For me, I see it as a work.
Yeah.
But he doesn't pay
preacher-
taxes.
Exactly. But that preacher.
Yeah.
But that preacher will also tell you to be humble and blah 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 blah.
Oh, that is
and
one
come
thing
to
also
church.
they've sold to us. That is a lot of like BS. Be humble, be humble, be humble.
Listen.
I mean, there's a difference between being like, humility and humble. What do you mean be humble? It's like you have to go there and achieve things. You have to achieve.
That is what they are
and it's
calling
not
this
always
boy.
gonna
He said
be
the
like
boy, even
in
the
a
way he
nice
was
and a good
expressing
way.
himself.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen, let the boy
Because
be.
people
He's-
are gonna tell you being what too known.
That is what they're saying.
But that's the
And-
problem with
and
us, right?
Before we'll wrap up very soon. What really I watched this. I don't want to mention the station, but let me mention that UTV, and they have this.
No, you say you don't want to mention it.
I just mentioned because I want them to know. Nobody is afraid of anybody.
So you want
here.
to make sure you don't want to
You guys should stop this awkward negativity, slavery mentality discussions. This lady, you are a counselor. Yours is to counsel people. Yeah? But you are counsel people with your experience and knowledge.
Not your personal feelings and
You don't use your feelings.
Yeah.
So you don't come and sit on TV and bash somebody's son in the name of you are protecting your God. But the same God you claim you are protecting, you go and stand on the platform, you need to talk about your God, but you use your God to bash other gods.
yeah.
Other gods, I'm talking.
Yeah, but hold on. The UTV you sit in, there are a lot of cameras and everything. There are people like this little boy who kind of came up with those ideas to create computers and
Exactly.
put you on the screen.
You sit there.
If everybody
somebody
just
like
gonna
Bill
worship
Gates.
God, nothing is gonna get
I'll
us
give a
right.
typical example. Bill Gates and even Elon Musk and all those people. Go and read about them. Yeah, some of them they don't even know what God is.
Yeah, there's a.
You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, it is just the hypocrisy.
No, but do you think
And
this
the-
lady you're talking about, she knows what God is?
She's,
I mean, don't even talk about Elon Musk.
People
Do you
claim to
think
know.
exactly?
She claims to know.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a claim to know.
Yeah.
She claims to
But
know.
it doesn't mean you know. What does she know about? What does anybody
you
know
are
about
attacking,
God?
you are
Honestly.
you're attacking this young boy, who, like I said, yes, some of the questions needs to be answered because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And even you, the adult sitting there are things you don't even know.
Yeah.
So don't sit and claim as if you know everything.
Yeah.
And use it to bash a boy who is young, asking simple,
Not just
harmful
the
questions.
boy, also the kid's
And then the mom.
right?
The mom, every mom has a responsibility to teach their kid what they think is fit for their kid. In this world, the boy didn't only talk about Christianity and talked about how knowledgeable he wants to be in the tech field. Because in this sense, that is what is fetching money. You want to talk about your Bible. Since Quentin Quintete, we still talking about the Bible.
You listening from 2020 to
Yes.
Quentin to
My quick take is
Your final
my
take,
quick
yeah.
is that, I mean, there's a lot of things that, like I said, we should not be afraid as a people to what? Put on the table and open for discussion.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be things like, oh, this is a go area, this is a no-go.
No-go
You can
area.
talk about this, but you cannot talk about this.
Yeah.
There can never be progress in a society like that.
Right.
Because in the West, whatever they brought us the Christianity, but they do talk about it. There are people who say I'm an atheist, I'm whatever, right? It's fine. Why not? If you have the time, you have the energy to convince that person to come to your side to convert, that's absolutely fine.
Right.
But if you cannot, don't bash them. It's just like the Jehovah's Witness growing up. They always come to you to talk to
Yeah.
you to try to convert you, right?
Yeah.
It's up to you to open your door to them or not to open
Yeah.
your door.
Yes.
Not because you're not opening it, they're gonna keep banging like, oh, you're evil, blah blah
No.
blah. No, but that's what I feel like people are making Mzbel feel right now. That she's not raising her kid right. But who are you?
Right.
I mean, I can also say 10,000 things about your kid that I feel like you're not raising him right.
Or you don't even know about your kid.
Right.
You understand?
The point I make, this kid is a brilliant kid. He's got a lot of questions that I feel like at the right time, if he finds God, great. If he doesn't, he wants to continue this journey as well. We've seen multiple people that have come out as what? Scientists that have come out as what? What you call those people?
Even the phone you're using,
Inventors?
probably invented by.
That's what I'm saying. So
somebody who
this
doesn't believe.
kid probably is gonna be one great person. Let's not bash him. Let's not like put him down like our usual selves, and try to propel this kid to greatness. He's got ideas. Mold this kid, right? Like you said, protect this kid. He's got great ideas. Not just on
National
religion.
treasure.
For me, that part is what I'm saying. It's kind of like it's distracting from the kid's like knowledge, right? His confidence, his bravado, his charisma.
That is what we do.
The stuff about the tech he was
But
trying.
that
It
is
wasn't
what
like
we
on
do.
the.
It's part of our
That's what I'm saying.
culture.
It wasn't even like on a super great
About-
level, but
about
you
follow
can
feeding.
tell the kid has got like
For
a
his
great
age,
start.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, about follow feeding.
That's what
About
I'm
follow
saying,
feeding. They
right?
cut your wings. Like in
Yeah.
Ghana, the moment you exhibit from a certain
Yeah.
age, a certain level of wisdom
Yeah.
or is it wisdom or talent, they will cut your wings.
Exactly.
And that is why we are in this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, your last
And they
thing.
don't understand what always shatter is like. Right?
I think
Because this is what you got to do to people in Ghana. It's like people just don't want to change or listen.
Yeah. I think religion and spirituality go together.
Yeah.
But religion and spirituality can be separated.
Yeah.
Religion is basically believing in a certain religious sect.
Yeah.
And their rules and doings and whatever.
Yeah.
And someone can be spiritual but not religious. He
Yes.
doesn't belong to any religious
Religion,
body.
yeah.
But it's very spiritual.
Yeah.
And it's spirituality that connects you to God. So whatever Christians think, we shouldn't think that we are Christians, but we shouldn't think that it is the only thing that is available.
Exactly.
There are so many ways.
Do we even know what Christianity means? We sin every day. We gossip, backbiting in Ghana, but then we all call ourselves
Someone was
Christians.
even saying that we can't call ourselves Christian because Christian means Christ-like. There's no human being who can be as pure as Christ.
course.
So we just try. So
Yeah.
don't bind yourself to Christianity. There are many other ways to worship the supreme God. And if somebody chooses his own way, it shouldn't be
We
any
talk
of your
too much
business.
and we think we know it all. The same, I remember sometime they said ex-president Kufuor, right? He was in the, what you call those?
Lord,
This
Freemasons.
Freemasons, right?
Yeah.
People did not even understand what that
Freemasons,
particular
yes.
sect meant.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh, it's Illuminati, blah, blah, blah. Because they just kind of like, follow what's trending.
Yeah, but at the end
It
of the
was
day,
Illuminati.
people have the right to pick and choose what they
Exactly.
because
Oh,
I
no, he
say
was
this.
Illuminati, Freemasonry. What did he achieve in his life? And what did you
Who
achieve in
achieved?
your life?
Anyway, like I said, lack of knowledge, my people perish. Find knowledge, learn about other people, learn about others. There are so many things around us that we need to learn. Don't be shallow-minded. Yeah? Let's all learn and give room for people to make mistakes and stuff. This is DLS Wave. Like, share, and subscribe. And share. The most important thing is share. Just keep sharing. Because here,
We share.
we share.
Peace out.